everyone, Fluffy here, back with a vlog. I'm sure you're intrigued by the title of this video because I'm probably gonna title it, well, crap. I know that by now I would have filmed a mukbang or a haul or something by now. I only did one video last week and I've been averaging about 2 a week. Never promised that. Well, I promised to try. I was about to say I never promised to do that, but I did promise to try. Last week Wednesday, this is my second take. Last week Wednesday, I was going about my day and I started feeling funny. Now, years ago, I used to suffer from what's called optical migraines. Y'all, I'd never heard of such a thing before. But some weird stuff started happening. It was still when I was working for the state. I was still with Mrs. Fluffy, and I ended up having one at work, and which is what prompted me to go and see a doctor about it. What it is, I get optical migraines. It's where I start feeling or seeing like ice crystals. Like, have you ever seen the fast forward footage of ice crystals developing on glass? It's kind of what it looks like. So that particular day, last Wednesday, that started to happen, and I had started to get I started to not feel well, just feeling, and so I started to see that first in my right eye, and then it started worse in my left eye, and I was like, oh my God, optical migraine. And it was getting near the time to take the dogs out. And I say dogs because I did inherit a dog. But she's been kind of mine because I've lived with this dog for quite some time. So it was time for me to take the dogs out, but I started to feel weird, and my eye, started to feel, that I started to get that sight problem. Now, any time that it's happened before, the crystals go over both eyes, and then I can't see for about a minute or two, and I didn't think it was a good idea for me to step outside. So I thought, oh, I should probably get someone to help me to, take the dogs out. And so, I decided before I did that, I said, I really don't feel good. Let me check my blood pressure. At that time, and I use the one for the wrist, and I took it again right before I hit record, and I've taken one of my pills already. So, and I'll put it up here. I've already got it to where I can probably post a picture if I remember, because this brain, of what it was. It's high. But I've been moving around. So at that time when I checked it, it was 188 over 106, I think, and my pulse was like 100 and something. So I was like, oh, okay, this isn't good. So I contacted the kid and said, hey, can you come over? And I sent her the picture of the blood pressure, and I said, can you come and let my dogs out? And I usually take them about between 4:30 and 5, and that's around the time she gets off of work. So I knew it'd be okay to wait a little while until she got here. And so I didn't expect her to answer right away because, of course, I knew she was at work. And she works for her cousin, my nephew. And so ever since my mother passed, December of 2022, the family has had a family group text. That way, if we need to communicate with everybody, this just one text and one and done, right? And so I said, okay, let me see if somebody else is available. So I posted the blood pressure reading, and I asked, can somebody please, come and take the dogs out? That's all I was concerned about, right? I hadn't planned on going anywhere. So, I'll right away call 911, that's nothing to play around with, especially because of the way my sister passed. And so right around that time, the kid calls, and I see it's video, and I see her walking outside, and she says, hey, I'm on my way. Then I said, okay. my nephew had let her go immediately, and he gets on the family chat and says, hey, the kid's on her way. And I went, okay. So she got here, dogs got taken care of, and she kind of said, Mom, you really need to get seen by somebody. That's not a number you want to play around with. So I said, well, should I call 911? Or she goes, no, let's just go to the emergency room. So she drove me. Get in there, tell them what's going on, and by the time they checked my blood pressure 3 times, and the number that the highest when they read it was 223 over like 112. It was pretty high, but guys, they put me back out in the waiting room, gave me no medicine, nothing. Normally when it's been high, they put this patch thing on the back of your head, and it's explosive headache right away. To lower the blood pressure. But I kept having pain behind my right eye socket. Now, it's the left one that's damaged. If any of y'all have been with me any period of time, that you know it's this one. So anyway, to make a long story that's already been long, because we're 7 minutes in almost, they did blood work, they did an EKG, they did a chest x-ray, they made me pee in a cup, which that was something. And they found nothing. Nothing was amiss. My magnesium, I think they said, was a little low. So they put magnesium in my IV. So, because she said we fixed that. And so she suggested that I said, do you think I would do well to have a magnesium supplement? And she said it would not be a bad idea. And yeah, my brain, I just now remembered that she had said that. Isn't that awful? So the reason that I'm telling you is I'm not sure about mukbangs now. For reasons which I won't get into right now, I'll just leave it at I have been grieving. And I have gained 50 pounds in the last 7 months. That's a lot, y'all. And even I know that. But I eat my feelings, and I believe that I'm a food addict. Is there any medical diagnosis from psychologists or counselors that I've seen or medical staff that says she is a food addict? No. But you know. Matter of fact, it's so sickening that, I'm thinking, how do I make this video? I can make it an eating vlog. I can make it a mukbang and just have a discussion. Ramen. I wanted to eat ramen for the mukbang, that I'm going to tell y'all I have high blood pressure. How crazy is that? But I have been hypertensive for years. I'm supposed to be on medication. Y'all, I suck at taking medication, even though I know that it's what I need. I promise you. I'm hit and miss on my blood sugar medication. I'm bad. For a while, when I was with Mrs. Fluffy, I was taking antidepressants. Even shortly before I stopped my YouTube channel back then, I was on antidepressants, and I don't know what it is. I forget to take them. The kid has bought me this really cute, pill taking thing. It's probably on the floor. I was going to show you one of the things. Really fancy, and for a while that helped. My problem is when my blood sugar or my blood pressure gets down to normal, I'm afraid to take it. I'm by myself. You're right? I take a blood sugar medication and it plummets. Dogs don't know how to dial 911. Same thing with my blood pressure medication. So I know that in my resting mode, my blood pressure gets pretty normal. I woke up this morning and my blood pressure is fine. It was like the best it's been in a while. And I know it's because it's the medication starting to build up. But if I exert any kind of energy, it shoots straight up. It just shoots up. It just does. That number right there that you saw in the beginning, hopefully I put it up there. I'll put it up again in case, But, and why? Because I went outside and I went to the restroom and I set the camera up or my phone up. And then I checked my my blood pressure. Why do I keep saying sugar? Maybe I should check my sugar. And it was that high. And so that's the time that I take my daily pill. Because then I know it's elevated and I can take it. Um, all this to say, again, I don't know what's going to become on my channel. I'm not a vlogging channel. I'm a mukbang channel, and I talk about fibromyalgia. Nobody wants to see healthy food, y'all. That's what it boils down to, right? You talk about eating cheesy pizza as opposed to eating a salad, right? And I know that. I knew that when I started the mukbangs. But I know the way my brain works. I eat my feelings. That's part of my problem. And, you know, and it's just, like, I can't keep sweets in this house, right? The kids been coming over, and we've been watching the series Andor. And it's a spin-off of the Star Wars series. I don't like Star Wars, but this doesn't feel like Star Wars. Anyway, this last time I said, hey, you know, we always have coffee. I said, did you want anything, you know, with your coffee? And she's like, ooh, I love blueberry muffin. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. They're not that expensive. I'll do a Walmart delivery. We're good. And, yeah, I got her 4 blueberry. I expected her to take it home. And I got it in Friday because she comes over Saturdays. And then I got myself banana nut muffins. I didn't have those muffins an hour, and I was already eating one, and they were supposed to be for Saturday. Then I ate a second one. I ate a second one the day of Saturday, and then I got a second one. I got disapproving looks, which I should have, because, hello, I'm diabetic. And so the kid ended up taking the very last banana nut muffin. I can't keep sweets in the house, and I'm a savory person, which doesn't help because anything snacky, savory, is very salty. But I can't keep, as a diabetic, I can't have sugar in the house because I'll eat it as quick as I'll get out. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, I haven't Ubered or Lyfted. I haven't gone out to do anything. The most that I've done, besides dog care, is the trash on the weekend. You know, because I have trash day on Mondays. So, I simply don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not looking for sympathy at all. I've got a housekeeper coming tomorrow because this is a depression house. This house, I mean, I've hinted, you know, that my mind hasn't been right, and the house is now reflecting that. It's been reflecting that for some time. Between my limited mobility and the depression, it's whoa. The house reflects that very, very much so. So I'm hoping that this person will help me get on top of that. I asked my daughter, I need you to help me find someone. My brain just doesn't know how to do the research. I don't know, y'all. So she did. She found someone, and I asked her earlier, confirm tomorrow. So I saw her send me a photo, which was probably a picture of their text, because I asked her to confirm time and make sure it is tomorrow and what time. I think she's coming early, y'all. Oh my God. Anyway, there's not really a whole lot more to say. When I can, I'll tell you more. But just not right now. And so, again, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not ready to answer a whole lot of questions. And so if I don't answer your questions in the comments, just don't take it personal. That's how I'm going to say that. So, I love y'all, and I have been so happy filming. I'm hoping I can find other things to film about. I'll try to do vlogs. Maybe I'll do eating vlogs. Maybe not call it a mukbang. You know, because I know me. I want to try to eat better. I'm hoping that with the house getting in order, that kind of boosts my brain a little bit, and I can focus more on trying to eat better. Because like the other night, I had more organic broccoli. That's the most I've cooked in forever. It's usually quick meals. And that's what I have a lot of in the house right now, because that's all I've been doing. So maybe I'll try a healthy mukbang. We'll see. We'll see. But I jumped in right before filming this. Super Rainbow Queen was live. Y'all, she was one of my first subscribers all those years ago. So it was nice to see her live. So I jumped in real quick. And she looks good, y'all. My sunshine looks good. She's like, she says, girl, I'm plant-based now. I'm like, what? I was so happy for her. She looks so good. It was nice to see her. So, Super Rainbow Queen. Y'all go check her out. I love that woman very much. It was nice to see her. So, anyway, having said all that, God bless y'all. Positive vibes out to each and every one of you. Remember to always be kind and be your own advocate. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all real soon, okay? Bye.